on. You had good luck with the band last week, huh?
Oh yeah, they packed us out. Between the band and the barbecue that we got going, it was a lot of fun, and I'm sorry to the people who had to turn away because there was nowhere to sit, and maybe our service took a little too long because we had so many people, but we're getting organized.
All right, so the next band, when is that going to be?
It'll be June the 9th.
Okay.
From 5:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
And yeah, it'll be 2 or 3 weeks from now. Along with the barbecue. So it's called Unconditional Life.
Okay.
They play like I guess old 70s type music, stuff like the Eagles and just stuff like that.
Sure. And then you had good luck with an Irish band, right?
Oh yeah, this past Saturday that Irish band. I'm trying to talk them into coming here at least once a month.
Oh, good.
A bunch of members from the Wayside Chapel. There's three members of that group go to the Wayside Chapel over here.
Sure.
And it's just a family fun. So we had a lot of fun. There was no drinking, but everybody was up there dancing and clapping and doing that Irish thing. So, and the music was really good.
Good.
I mean, I was really impressed. That was the first time I heard them.
I passed around the reservoir conditions, just talk about water supply. Pretty amazing picture. You know, it's Shasta is 97% full, Oroville is 99% full. So this is just it's a good thing those reservoirs are full, because you know we're still at 60%, so that the existing water supply in the rivers isn't quite as good as we'd like to see. But we had leftover storage from last year.
I take nothing for granted. It's a hard campaign. We're working very hard. We have a lot of grassroots support. We have a lot of different clubs and organizations that are pitching in and volunteering. They look that there's one of two strategies going on. Either the Republicans will divide their vote and we'll stand a good chance of getting in there, or they'll squeeze us out. I'm running more of an issue campaign than a party campaign. I was a Republican for 30 years. I switched over to being a Democrat. My views are perhaps a conservative Democrat. So I think I'm going to get a lot of cross-party support. My issues are very different. I'm dealing with what do we do about the economy? How do we fix it? My two opponents are only dealing with typical Republican issues. They want to cut taxes and who endorse them. The problem with their issue is that Sacramento, for better or for worse, is controlled by Democrats. If you want something done, you have to be part of the majority party and convince them. So I'll be able to hold the line on taxes. They won't. That's really the bottom line. And I've got some very positive ideas on improving the economy. But as far as the campaign goes, it's going to be down to the wire. Every vote is going to count. You learn a lot from the different campaigns. Even if you don't win, I came in first runner-up for city council. I learned a lot about city government.
Yeah.
I've been on the hospital board for 14 years. I know a lot about healthcare, what we need for reimbursements, how it works. I was a school teacher for 10 years, and then I was on the college board for 4. So I can see what's happening when our students, our children, are getting squeezed out of their future. The challenge is I got to find ways to create jobs, and I got to find ways to stop the cuts the governor's trying to make. He's trying to cut our schools 3 weeks off of the semester. He's trying to cut $433 million off our courts and close courts. Justice delayed is justice denied. And he's trying to stop the reimbursements on Medi-Cal that go to the hospitals. Legally, the hospitals have to treat people. So now if they don't have the money, they'll end up either having to close their doors or close our emergency rooms. So the challenge is stopping the governor from those cuts and creating a bigger pie without taxing the middle class.
Mr. Barnett, your signs are all over Roseman.
Yes, they are.
And you do a lot of business here, and you've been very generous in giving back to the community with donations, and one of the donations is to the Roseman Foundation.
That is correct.
And I just wanted to know what your feelings are about that donation at this time.
I feel it's really important. The community supports me and my family very much with our businesses and helping us to be successful here in Roseman. But I also feel that it's my obligation, my family's obligation, to give back. And we thought the foundation was one means of giving back to the community as a whole. We try to help in other aspects, but we thought that our donation would be used in a positive direction. So this is why we've given to the Roseman Foundation 2 or 3 years running, and we'd love to help more. I do feel that there's some conflict going on within the foundation. I don't quite understand what it's all about. I believe politics and people are getting in the way of making things happen. I wish that the money would get used in a positive direction, whatever that direction may be. I believe it needs to be used as best as possible for the whole community, not just one or two people, but for everybody. I know for myself and my wife that we hope that the issue gets resolved soon, because we don't mind making the donation, but we do mind the big wheel getting in the way and slowing progress down. And I feel that that's possibly what's going on at this time. I'm not as involved with community activities as I probably would like to, because I don't like the political game, the negative aspect of the political game getting in the way. I believe that I'm more of a doer, like, get out of the way, let me come through and make it happen, you know. And the politic part of it slows the game, slows it down. And I think that's what's going on here at the foundation. They need to use the money in a positive direction. I do believe that there is some issues with having so many directors from the Roseman Community Service District serving on that board. I believe there needs to be a better balance, representation for the community. I understand it is some kind of foundation that's under the Roseman Community Service District, but I think it's when you have more directors than you have lay people, they're serving the Roseman Community Service District more than they are serving me. And so I think it's important that they figure out what they got going on there, so that people continue to want to donate. I'm opposed to wanting to donate at this time, just because I don't like all the distinction that's going on, all the bad stuff that's going on. So I hope they get it figured out.